I have a pretty plain aesthetic. I dress in plain black usually. My tattoos are how I show my personality. They're different aspects of me at different times in my life. Some are just dumb. That's me in a nutshell. Like there's some meaning, but a lot of it's just stupid. This is the only joke that I've ever come up with in my life, and it only works as a tattoo. The sort of infinity symbol that was so popular when I was in college that said live, laugh, love, I wanted to get one that said soup, salad, and breadsticks. That's my little Olive Garden sorority sister mashup that nobody was asking for. Whatever, I like Olive Garden. Sorry. So this is Tiny Whisk, which became sort of a character on my show. Oh shit, we got a tiny whisk. People really liked it when I busted out this little whisk to give things a tiny whiskin. Most chefs, it's kind of like a rite of passage. Like if there are very few naked arm chefs out there. Carmi on the Bear, I don't know how many of those are real, but like he's the vision of a chef with tattoos. Maddie's tattoos are amazing, so I think I kind of had to do it just to fit in, really. People seem to get the biggest kick out of the cilantro tattoo. I have that gene that makes cilantro taste like soap. Unlike any other food, which I used to hate seafood, for example, and I taught myself to love seafood. I can't do that with cilantro. I have a genetic aversion. So I got this tattoo. It's like, I want to understand my enemy. A little nod to the fact that it tastes bad to me. This is the food arm. I have different themed arms here. So this is the food arm. This is the sort of film, TV, movie arm. This is the Seattle skyline from the opening credits of Frasier. I am asked maybe on a monthly basis if I'm from Seattle. I got this before I'd ever been to Seattle, so I would always say, I've never been to Seattle. Why do you ask? This is the switchblade from 12 Angry Men. One of my favorite scenes in all of cinema is when Henry Fonda, he's like, you sure? You've never seen a knife like this. And he just stands up, takes one out, sticks it in the table. It's a really cool moment in one of my favorite movies. I wasn't planning on getting it going through my skin like that, but I went to this shop in Brooklyn. The guy did primarily sailor tattoos. He was like, you gotta get it going through your skin. Like you gotta have the blood and everything coming out, and I'm really glad that he did. This is a lens refraction diagram. So basically how light enters and exits a lens. It goes down to a single point and it's inverted. I just like the way that looked, and this was becoming my sort of film and TV arm. This looks like an eject button, but really it's supposed to be a frame forward button. I'm an editor, and this is the symbol for going frame by frame, so it's sort of be like, attention to detail that I wasn't paying when I realized that this would look like an eject button sideways. So this is specifically the fork and spaghetti from the movie Chef, when he serves pasta alla olio to Scarlett Johansson, and she swoons, and it's sexy. I got this before I met John because I was such a big fan of the movie, and also because it was at a time when my career was really taking off and so many people were recreating the aglio olio. Luckily, a few months later, I met Jon Favreau, who was kind enough to give me the actual fork from the scene in the movie and let me keep it. It was a really incredible moment for me. So this really opened up an incredible experience for me. This I got the year that I found my favorite song of all time. It continues to be my favorite song. It's called Hole of the Moon. To this day, it still makes me tear up when I listen to it. It's very special to me. Over here, we have a ring that my mom made for my dad back in the 90s before she passed away that he gave to me when she died, and I held on to it for many, many years, and unfortunately I put it in my toiletry bag. The airline lost my luggage, so I lost the ring. Luckily, I had gotten this before it was gone, so I still am able to commemorate that lovely thing that my dad gave me. My first tattoo is this guy in here. This is a very common spot to get if you're looking to get your first tattoo, I recommend to do it here. This is a symbol from New Orleans after Hurricane Katrina. They would spray paint this symbol on the houses, and this is just information relevant to me and my friend's trip there, where we were gutting houses and we spent our summer working there after Hurricane Katrina. I think I was 22 when I got this tattoo. It was well after I went to New Orleans, so I took 3 years to make sure I really wanted it. That first one, it's really hard to pull the trigger. Eventually, I finally did it, and also like the first one, it creates an itch that you can never fully scratch. So as soon as you get your first one, you want your next one. So it didn't take long. I would get one at a rate of about 1 to 2 a year, not with any sort of cadence or intention. I have never made an appointment to get a tattoo. Every single one of these I got the day that I decided I wanted to get it. I might have had an idea, but I would just walk into the nearest reputable shop, look at somebody's work, and be like, let's roll. The next one I got after this guy was this guy, This is the original Kodak logo from 1910 or 1911, Eastman Kodak Company, and this is kind of a hometown pride thing. I'm from Rochester, home of Kodak, and also a reminder to stay with the times. I got a spork up here. This I got in solidarity with Josh Shearer, who has a YouTube channel, Mythical Kitchen. We were both nominated for a Streamy Award, and we made a bet the loser would have to get a tattoo of the winner's face on their person. I won, so he got a tattoo of my face on his lower back, and as a show of, I think, heroic solidarity, his signature tattoo is a spork, which he has on his inner arm, and I got that up here on my bicep to show solidarity. I have one more hidden tattoo that I forgot to show, and it's in a no-no place, so if you have young children or a weak constitution, please leave the room. But it's down here in the bathing suit area. You'll see it's a diamond, the letters DP. It is the logo of a band. Their name is Diarrhea Planet. I got that the night of their last ever show. There's a video on YouTube. You'll see me get up on stage. The lead singer waved me over and had me sing in the mic with him, and then I jumped backwards in the crowd. It was my rock star moment, one of the best moments of my life, and I'd just gotten this right beforehand, and then I got to meet the band after, show them my fresh tattoo that got beaten up when I was crowd surfing. I was like 30 at the time, and that'll be the last time that I crowd surfed. This is a gavel. People either think that it looks like Thor's hammer or a robot penis. This is the gavel from The West Wing. The character that is my namesake, Oliver Babish, in his first scene, he slams a tape recorder with a gavel, and this is that very gavel. I figured I should pay homage to the one to whom I owe my name. This is the Hot Ones one that I got when I was on Hot Ones. This is my most recent one. This is Wagon Wheel Pasta. And I just got this because a friend of mine was getting his first tattoo. He wanted me to get a tattoo with him, like, solidarity. And I didn't know what to get. And I was like, that was my favorite pasta shape when I was a kid. Let's get Wagon Wheel Pasta. Oh, this guy. We didn't do this guy. There's a opera musical by Philip Glass called Einstein on the Beach. It's 5.5 hours long. It ends with this soaring violin piece and this loud statement of two young lovers in love on a park bench. It breaks my heart every time I listen to it. And I wanted to get a tattoo that denotes impermanence, that all things come to an end for better or worse. I couldn't think of a better example than Einstein on the Beach. It ends in a way that was more beautiful than you could possibly imagine. So I wanted to get something that symbolizes that. It's basically a fluorescent light tube being reflected on a black floor. So that's what I was trying to get here, is like the solid bar and a sort of like trailing off. Unfortunately, I was holding my neck like this when she did it, and as a result, now it kind of is like a curve. But I haven't covered up any tattoos, and I don't regret getting any tattoos, even though like I'm not happy with the way this one looks. It's kind of sloppy, it faded very quickly, and I got it because I was in a rush. I was with somebody at the time who really didn't like tattoos, and we were fighting, like, I was like, I want to get it, and they were like, no. And eventually I got them to cave, so I ran out to the first tattoo parlor that would take me in Rochester and got this one done way too fast, and it shows. It is a reminder of where I was at that time in life, so I don't want to get it covered up. I don't regret it. Every one of these is indicative of where I was at a certain point in my life. There's a lot more I want to get. Particularly, I'd love to do something on my hands one day. When I was growing up, I was told you'll go to prison immediately if you have a hand tattoo. But now it's like, yeah, I can get that, no problem. If you have any ideas, leave a comment. I'd love to know what I should get right here. Something. Not all my tattoos have to have meaning, but that feels like it should have some meaning if it's going to be out there like that.